Welcome! Today I am sharing a really fun music and story adventure with the book How to Catch a Leprechaun. I chose this book because, well, it's a bestseller and it's really cute, but it has different, what I'm going to call verses in it, which makes it super easy to adapt this to a music activity. So I took a look and read through the book, and I made up a really cute Irish song to go with each of the verses, and then I created a refrain to go in between each verse. Be sure to check the description for the links to the book and these activities so you can download them and use them in your classroom. In this video, I'm going to share with you the melodies and the refrain, the words, actions, and some instrument activities. All of the instrument parts we're going to be playing on the steady beat. So in the book, there are 13 different what I call verses, and then there's an ending to the book. And the last line of the book reads, "Better luck next year." And in the sheet music and in the audio recording, I have put that all together in one long song, and it does take about 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go through this whole book with the additional refrain part. So I'm not going to be singing the verses because I don't want to infringe on our author's copyright, and it's pretty easy to fit the rhythms in for each verse. So let's go to the refrain. It's pretty simple to learn, and we're going to use some rhythm sticks to play it. This is how it goes. Tap, tap, tap my hammer, tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap my hammer, tap, tap, tap. Now I put together a rhythm stick video that just has rhythm stick patterns in it if you want to go watch that and just stick with the rhythm sticks. In this video, we're going to use rhythm sticks plus 7 other instruments. So that's the rhythm stick pattern. And we're going to play that after we sing or listen to or read each of the verses. But when I do this type of activity, what I'll do first is I will read through the story, and we won't do any musical things with it the first time. Then I'll teach the tap, tap, tap my hammer. I might use body percussion or playing the beat on my knees. Or I could use the audio recording to teach the students the tap, tap, tap my hammer, tap, tap, tap part. Then what I'll do is I'll say, I'm going to read a page of the book. I'm going to call that a verse. And then I'm going to count 1, 2, ready, go. And we're all going to go tap, tap, tap the hammer, tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap the hammer, tap, tap, tap. Then I'm going to go to the next verse, and we're going to do that until we get to the end of the story. And at the end of the story, it says, "But who will that child be? Better luck next year." We're going to do a different action for that. So what I'm going to have them do is just do a round of applause with their hands. Or if they have an instrument, they can do quick taps in a circle. So let's go through the instruments and let me show you how I would then add those into this musical story activity. Now, each of the parts in the verse and the refrain are 16 beats. For each verse, I chose a different instrument. So I have the 7 instruments, and I'm going to make 8 groups. That's because I also have the refrain people. And they're going to play the rhythm sticks on the refrain. And then everyone else is going to be at a station or, in a little group. And they're going to have a chance to play the beat on their special verse. So on the ending, just have the rhythm sticks and the other instruments, play in a circle, and whatever you choose for your last instruments, they'll shake it. So each of the instruments that I've chosen, as you can see, are going to play the steady beat as I read the story, and then we're going to have the rhythm sticks play the tap, tap, tap my hammer, tap, tap, tap. Now the actions, tap, tap, tap my hammer, tap, tap, tap. Now you can choose here. You can have just the rhythm sticks play, but if you want everybody to join in on their instruments, that's cool. That's another way to do it. Like I said, there's a lot of adaptability with this kind of an activity, as well as scaffolding that can go on that gives you the opportunity to really tailor make it for each of your classes even, because not all the classes will have the same abilities. So we're going to go through and each of these instruments that I'm showing you, and we're just going to have them play the beat while you're reading the book, or if you're able to project the book, you might have everybody reading it and this group is just playing the beat. That can be a really good rhythmic challenge too. So after you get done having them play all the instruments and then doing the ending, then it's time to think about what could come next. So most likely between reading the story, playing the beat, either body percussion or with their instruments during the tap my hammer part, then adding in the instruments and reading the story with the instruments, that's going to take 15 to 20 minutes most likely. So for me, that would be the end of the major class activity. Okay, we might need to review, we might talk about it, ask them what comes next, whatever your teaching style is, you can do some things with that. Then the next class time, I want to keep using this because I think it gives me a great foundation to help my kids practice some creating their own ostinato instead of playing a beat, or even improvising some sound effects, and maybe even writing their own refrain instead of tap my hammer. So there's lots of opportunities where the next class, you're going to come in. Maybe the kids can read the story too if they're 4th, 5th grade. So if you're working on rhythms, then you could throw some rhythms on the board and have them play a different rhythmic ostinato for each verse. If you're learning more about melody and you want them playing xylophones, then get out those xylophones and have them with the sheet music play the melody and sing along. Then you can put a complete ensemble together with the bass, the drum, and the xylophone. So then we can take it from practicing the melody to putting it together in an ensemble and then adding in the ostinato. And we can then put those people into groups for each of those parts. And then maybe every 3 verses switch so everybody gets a chance to do something different. We're going to write our own tap the hammer, our own refrain to this song or this book. What could we do and how can we do it? Because it depends on what you've taught them and the resources you have. I'm just tossing some ideas out for you because I know that 4th and 5th grade can be more challenging and what they need is a challenge. So we're going to challenge them with coming up with their own material. And they are so creative at that age. So then they could brainstorm either with a buddy or in a smaller, maybe 2-3 person group. And then the next time they could perform their little refrains that they've made up and you could implement those into the story. And I'm hoping you can see how this could blow up into a month-long activity where students are reading the music and playing, they're singing, they're creating, they're improvising, and they're performing using this awesome book, How to Catch a Leprechaun. Tap, tap, tap my hammer, tap, tap, tap. 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 tap, 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 my hammer, tap, tap, tap. I would love for you to drop a comment about what you've done and what's been successful. Thanks so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. This video is part of a 3-part series, so go catch the rhythm stick and the scarf movement one. And don't forget to check the description for the links to the activity in the book. Let's keep kids moving and learning with music.